Wednesday at 12 Eastern Time, we come to you to talk about the technical side of the real estate industry. A lot of stuff about preparing for your real estate exams. And one of the most popular ways students will prepare for the real estate exams is with practice questions. But are the practice questions doing more harm or doing more good? We're going to evaluate the questions in the studying process, when they should be involved in the studying process, how they should be involved in the studying process, so you don't end up doing more harm than good. Because what's the point of studying if it's not helping you? So that's what we're covering today. Practice questions, how to work with them, how to dissect them, how to use them on the exam, and when it's bad for your studying efforts. So stick with us. We got a great show for you today. I'm John Chrismo. You're watching Ask the Instructor.
You are watching Ask the Instructor. Absorb the knowledge. Become the expert.
Hey, welcome back to this week's episode of Ask the Instructor. I'm John Chrisman. The show is brought to you by the Tampa School of Real Estate. Every Wednesday, 12 noon Eastern Time, we're coming to you live to talk about the technical side of the real estate industry. And one of the most technical things, especially when you're first starting your real estate career, starting your real estate business, is studying for the exam. And that's what today's show is about. Now, let's talk about practice questions, because practice questions are super popular for studying for the exam. But now, is this actually something helpful for studying for your exam? Or is this something that's going to end up doing more harm than good? That's what we're here to get to the bottom of today. And it really depends on a few factors. So let's first start out with the cons of practice questions. And now, these can be overcame, but this is where you've got to be extremely careful when you're doing practice questions so you make the most out of your studying efforts. So number one, and this is something I see probably more often than not. So a lot of times we'll have students that'll Google practice exams, and there's all kinds of practice tests and Quizlet things you could find online, but here's the problem I see so often with that stuff: out of date. That this information is out of date, that the laws have changed, but the question has not been updated to the new law. And that's so important because the laws make up such a large portion of the real estate exam. The laws actually make up 40% of the real estate exam. So 40 questions that you have based on laws. And if you're going out of out-of-date information that's a few years old, and that could all it be, maybe it's just from last year. The laws change every day, and we're constantly working to update our curriculum and our questions to make sure we stay up to date with all of this new information. Sometimes there's new content added to the curriculum. Sometimes there's new laws that change. But that makes a lot of these tests that you could find online, there's a reason why you're able to find them online for free. Because they're not very valuable, otherwise somebody would be charging for those questions. So that's a big problem there, that the questions are out of date. Now another problem, and this is something, again, if you're just kind of Googling online looking for questions, this is another problem I see very often: irrelevant information. That you've got information that maybe applies to real estate but does not apply for the real estate exam. And now, if you are looking to learn everything about real estate, then that's great. But if you're trying to study for the exam and you're trying to pass the exam, you don't need to be taking in additional information that does not relate to the topics you'll be tested on for the exam. So a lot of times you end up with irrelevant information, and this happens a lot. I see this with a lot of nationwide type of study tools that you could find, and these are things sometimes even that you're paying for from some sort of exam prep company or something like that, but it's not specific to Florida. The issue we have in Florida is that the laws are so so different than around the rest of the country. I've had so many realtors from other states coming to get a real estate license in Florida, and they give me funny looks when we talk about certain topics. They're like, wait a minute, that's how you guys do this here? Oh man, that's crazy. And that's just because Florida, we're like the wild, wild west of real estate, except for in the east. But we're like the wild, wild west because our laws are so different compared to so many other states. And so if you're studying laws of another state, that's really not only going to hurt you, but also make you more confused for the topics and laws that are in Florida. So that's another thing it is that you want to watch out for. Not only that the information is up to date, but it's relevant to the Florida real estate exam. That it's not based on some other state's laws, and then it actually is topics that are going to show up on the exam. Look, it's great to know everything about real estate, but that's something that's a lifelong journey. You probably don't want to wait your lifetime to be able to pass the real estate exam. You want the least amount of information that's going to have the most benefit. So you want to make sure that the information is relevant. So that's two cons of, and this kind of all relates down to the content. Making sure that you've got good questions, that the content in the practice test, in the exam prep tool, whatever it may be, that it's up to date and that it's relevant, because that's a huge downfall when you're dealing with practice questions. Now, another thing. So I'll put this up here as two things. A lack of explanation or focus on the questions/answers. So look, here is the benefit of using practice questions. Practice questions can be extremely helpful for preparing for your real estate exams, but not only when the content is good, but when they're used at the correct point. So if you're doing a question that does not have any explanation to why the answer is correct, you end up focusing too much on the question or the answer. Now, so if you've seen our pass first try strategy before, our prerequisite, our step 2 in the pass first try strategy, step 3 being working with practice questions, but the prerequisite step 2 is making sure you understand the key concepts and you know those key concepts inside and out. But they're very simple key concepts that'll be taken now a question and twisted around and made more complex. But it all comes back to understanding and remembering that simple concept. So if you don't have any explanation as to why the answer is what it is, you end up focusing on the particular question and the very detailed, specific question. And what happens is you're just focused on this one little bit rather than looking at the broader picture of what that simple concept is. So that's a mistake that even if you have the best exam prep questions in the world, if you focus too much on the question or focus on the answer too much and you're not focusing on the rationale or the explanation as to why that question is correct, then you end up doing yourself more harm than good. This is another problem with practice questions. If you're practicing them just like how they're going to show on your exams, look, the exams are 4-prong multiple choice, A, B, C, and D. Now there's only one answer choice that would be correct. So you've got that one that's correct, but then at the same time, you've got wrong, wrong, wrong. There's 3 times as many wrong answers for every right answer. So when you focus too much on the answer choices or focus too much on the question and you're not paying attention to the explanation or the rationale, the idea, the simple concept behind that question, you're now just, because the wrong way to go into using practice questions is just trying to memorize the question and memorize the answer. That will not do you good. The practice questions are there to have you now apply those simple concepts. That's why we developed the pass first try strategy, to really kind of walk you in from the shallow end of taking you deeper and deeper into this. First, you're just learning it, very simple. The least comprehension occurs when you're actually learning it. Now, then you go into step 2, reviewing the key concepts, making sure that you understand the simple facts and simple details. And then going a little bit deeper, now taking those simple concepts and applying them in a more complex scenario. but it's not the complex scenario that you want to memorize. It's back in step 2, that simple concept you want to memorize, and now you're trying to apply it. If you find out that you get a question wrong, especially if this is a practice, if this isn't the real exam, that's fantastic when you get a question wrong, because what this is designed to do is show you that, hey, you need to go back and review this topic some more. Don't just spend time reviewing the question or reviewing the answer. Go back and look at that topic, look at that concept, and try to figure out, okay, well, what's going on here with this topic, with this concept that I still don't fully get, or I couldn't apply it in the context of the question. So, look, if we just complain about the problems here, if we just talk about, hey, these are the problems, then it doesn't do us any good. So, what's our solution? What is it that we do to make sure that we can make use out of practice questions? Because the practice questions can be a very effective way to prepare you for your exam, but they have to be the right questions and they have to be used correctly. So we want to make sure that we have information that's up to date. Whenever you use any sort of study tool or any course or anything for preparing for this exam, look, I'll guarantee you the exam is going to be up to date. I guarantee the exam is going to be up to date. What it is that you're using to study, you want to make sure and vet that it is up-to-date information. Is this information updated when the laws change? Are new principles and practices and whatnot added to the curriculum when they become part of the syllabus? So make sure the information is up to date. Make sure it's specific to the Florida exam. Look, to pass the Florida real estate exam, you don't need to know everything about real estate. And matter of fact, if you do know everything about real estate, you're going to be a lot more confused on the exam rather than if you just know the specifics that are relevant to the Florida real estate exam. So rather than having a lack of explanation, you want to have focus on the explanation. You need to focus on the explanation to make sure that because the explanation should be discussing the key point behind that question. What's that simple thing you need to remember in order to, once you apply that in the question, to be able to figure out that question? And that's the importance of doing practice questions. It's not just about memorizing those basic key concepts. Look, if that were the case, then our pass first try strategy would just be, hey, remember the simple concepts and you're good. That's not the case. You've got to take those simple concepts and now be able to apply them in a unique and specific scenario. And again, you don't want to be memorizing these unique specific scenarios, because when you focus too much on that unique specific scenario and you get a different scenario that is still based on that same concept, but it's a completely different story, a completely different question, but really asking about the same key point. If you know the key point, you'll be able to get the answer to that question. But if you don't understand the key point and you just memorized what that answer is to the question, that's doing more harm than it is good, because you're really not learning what it is that you need to know and remembering what you need to know, which is actually the key point. So the focus needs to be on the explanation, not on the question and the answer. The question and the answer choices are just there to be a sample of how this might be, so you can see if you could apply this. Now, you do want to pay attention to how they're structuring these questions, how this is set up, because that usually will shed some light on how they might ask these questions on the exam if the information is relevant to the exam and it's up-to-date information. So it gives you a good showcase of how to apply, and it gives you practice in strengthening that skill of being able to apply those simple key concepts. But again, the focus needs to be on the explanation. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, but when we come back, we're going to tell you about our something new. I can't even tell you about it yet, but it's something new that if you're studying for your exam, we're releasing this today, and it solves these problems. It solves these problems. We're going to talk about it, why this is so helpful and effective for studying for the exam, how we've used our years of experience to fine-tune something it is we already have. So stick with us. Can't wait to share this with you. I'm John Chrismo. You're watching Ask the Instructor. If you've been thinking about real estate, look, in this current market, it's hard not to. There's so many opportunities that exist out there for residential real estate, commercial real estate, business brokerage, property management. I mean, it's ridiculous how much opportunity lies from having a real estate license. So look, if you've been thinking about getting a real estate license, I mean, it's minimal cost compared to starting other careers and starting other businesses to get into this. So I urge you to check it out and give it a try. I mean, even if you're just using your license for personal use, you've got huge, immense benefits there. Go to this link. It's licensefl.com. That's licensefl.com. Put that link in the description. It's got your step-by-step guide to get a Florida real estate license. And look, check it out. Give us a call. We're here to answer any questions it is that you have, and go out there and make some money.
Does your current career allow for unlimited income potential? With a career in real estate, the sky is the limit. What you put in is what you get out. Find out more about how you can tap into the unlimited income potential of a career in real estate at tampaschool.com. Did you know that statewide only about 50% of test takers pass their state exam on the first try? At the Tampa School of Real Estate, we've broken down passing the class and state exams into 4 simple steps: learning the information, reinforcing the information, testing your knowledge, and being confident and prepared. View the details of the full strategy at passfirsttry.com. That's passfirsttry.com.
Hey, if you're enjoying the show today, which I'm sure you are, be sure to hit like, subscribe, post your comments, share with your friends and family. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hey, welcome back to this week's episode of Ask the Instructor. I'm John Kurtzman. The show is brought to you by the Tampa School of Real Estate. Every Wednesday, 12 noon Eastern Time, we come to you live to help you understand the technical side of the real estate industry. And we do a lot of exam prep and study stuff on Ask the Instructor, so definitely check out our previous videos at tampaschool.com/success, because there's a lot of stuff in there. If you're looking for maybe some video on how to do a certain math problem, basically every type of math problem you could need to know for your exam, we've got a video for that. So check that out at tampaschool.com/success. But look, what I'm here to tell you about now. So we talked about so far the issues that exist with practice questions. And the last thing that you want to do is having to worry whether the information it is that you're studying is going to actually be helpful or if it's actually going to be hurting you. So look, that's where we come in. Our job is to make this licensing process as easy as possible for you. So some of you might have seen or heard of or maybe even been enrolled in our previous version of the question simulator. That's available at questionsimulator.com. Well, look, we've been working for the last year really going back to the drawing board altogether on this question simulator. It's completely revamped. It's completely changed. It's completely better than what we have previously. Now, it is a little bit more expensive for this new version because it is so much better, and it's absolutely worth the higher price. But look, before we even talk about why this is better, we're giving you guys a pre-launch special to even make it cheaper than our previous version of the question simulator. It's actually, right now, you're going to be able to get it for $47. Now, the disclaimer is that this isn't actually even live yet. It's actually not being turned on until this afternoon, but you are able to register and get the special pre-access pricing at questionsimulator.com. You'll be able to log in and access later today. But right now, instead of the $69 price, you're able to get it for $47. So let's talk about what problems it is that we solved with this question simulator. So our information, we always ensure that it is up to date and it is relevant to the Florida exam. And the exam changes every single day. We've actually gone through and created a whole brand new database. And just rather than just editing previous questions that we had, we really went through and just kind of completely cleared the slate and say, okay, let's take what's most important, that we know that's most important, the questions that we've heard from students that have taken their exam, and let's build that into this new question simulator platform. And that really took an extensive amount of time for us to really compile this all together. So it's the newest, most up-to-date, and now this new platform that we have, it really allows us to go in there instantly. If we need to change something, we could do that in a matter of seconds. So super powerful now. Some of the benefits now for you as a learner trying to study in this platform. So it's way more mobile compatible. It's completely mobile compatible because what we found out is no one wants to sit in front of their computer, and you could still do that, but there's only so much time you could sit there, do. These things are so powerful, these devices that we have that we keep with us all the time, and what that does when you're able to study off of this device, and we've done this with a lot of the things it is that we have for study materials and part of the course curriculum. This device, you have it with you all the time. So if you're sitting waiting for an appointment, maybe you're at the doctor's office and you're waiting to get called in there. Maybe you're you're on your lunch break, or whenever it is that you have a moment to just pull out your phone and log in. You could go in and start working with the questions, and they look beautiful on there. It's perfect. It's just so much better. One of the things that is what we've also done with this, in addition to making it completely mobile compatible, is we've really, the previous question simulator had so many options in there that it was, you go in there and it basically required you as a learner to kind of customize how it is that you want the exam to show up, whether or not you want it to show the answers right away, and we took that away. Why? So as Tampa School Real Estate, we're going to toot our horn for a second here. We've helped thousands of students get the real estate license, and we know what it is that you should be doing. And what we've done is we reviewed and studied the way students were using this platform. And so one of the options you had previously was to wait until you finish the exam to see what your score was, which that allows you to kind of see how it is that you're going to maybe do on the exam if you're able to score pretty high in a mock exam environment. But look, that ended up a lot of times when you did get questions wrong, it wasn't actually helping you there in the moment when you remember what it was. So imagine this, you sit down, you take 100 questions, and then you get results for every single one of those 100 questions. Now, if that happens, where you're sitting there and you're looking at the results for each one of these questions, when you're looking back to question number 2 or question number 3 after you just did 97 other questions, do you remember your thought process when you picked that specific question? The chances are you don't even remember why you picked that question. And so that's one of the things it is that we've changed. We've made it so automatically you get instant feedback for every single question it is that you answer in the question simulator. And that instant feedback allows you to correct yourself in the moment. It allows you to correct yourself in the moment so you could see, oh, that's what that one was. That makes sense. Whereas if you wait an hour or 2 hours, or maybe you don't even get in there to the next day to review your results, it's not helping you as well as it could be. So we've really kind of narrowed this down a lot more to make this a lot more effective in preparing you for the exam. We've kind of tuned it up and tightened everything down. One of the other things it is that you're going to find here is we've broken everything down also by unit. So you can go in, so let's say you've already taken the exam. You've already taken the exam and you're trying to figure out, okay, I need to go back and look at the contract chapter. There are 12 questions in the contract chapter. On any state exam you take, it's 12% of the exam. And let's say you only got 2 of those questions right. So you missed 10 questions in that chapter, which that's a big chunk of questions to miss out of one single unit. But let's say you did relatively well, much better for all the other units on your breakdown. So if that's the case, you can now go in and go directly to, quickly and easily, right into that contract chapter and just work on questions for contracts, or just work on questions for any one of the units it is that you're maybe struggling with. We've also included the percentages of every single unit right there in the question simulator. So that way you don't have to reference your FREC syllabus or anything like that to figure out, okay, how many questions are in this unit? How many questions are in this unit? And what that does is if you haven't taken your exam yet and you're studying to prepare for the exam, you're now able to see, oh, this unit's only 1% of the exam. I'll save that one for later. Let me work on this 12% chapter, or 8% chapter, or 9% chapter. And we've made it where it matches up all of the names of what you're finding on the FREC syllabus, as well as your exam results sheet that you get if you've already taken the state exam and did not pass that. So we've really synced this all up to make it really, again, super easy to use. And we eliminated We eliminated really the ability to make it more complex. To make it more complex than it needs to be. Because if you're making it more complicated than it needs to be, you're making it more difficult on yourself, which it was a good idea for you to be able to kind of completely customize this. But look, we set it where there's a structured environment to make this the most effective. We've studied this and we know now that it's the most effective. And in hindsight, it makes complete sense. We look back on that, well, we don't know why that was that way in the first place. We probably should have never done it. But hey, look, our experience now, we allow this to be so much better for you. Now, again, this question simulator, after the launch special pricing is over, it's going to be $69. $69, which fully worth it 100% at $69. And as it's improved even further, that price probably will increase further than that. But again, right now we're doing a launch special to really kind of celebrate this milestone of us bringing it out and really put it right down, even actually below. Currently, our old exam simulator was $49. We brought it down to just $47. Now look, if you're currently enrolled in our question simulator, the previous version, and you want to upgrade to the newer version, we're going to do that for you at no charge. We're going to roll you into our new question simulator, our new platform at no extra charge. I think you'll really love it. So if you want to get that set up, just give us a call. The phone number is 813-333-2676. Again, that's 813-333-2676. So give us a call. Our advisors are going to be able to set that up for you and get you access to this. So look, I highly recommend working with the practice questions. Now, going back, are you ready for the practice questions? If you don't believe you're ready for the practice questions, if you don't have the firm grasp on the key points, that's where you got to, again, get back into the key points and check out our MP3 audio review. That's designed to be the prerequisite to this. And you could use this actually while you're in the course. Again, we've got this simply broken down by units, by in order of how you're going to see this information in the course, so you don't have to wait to start studying. Once you've got the key points down for a certain unit, you could go right into doing questions on that particular unit. But again, make sure you've got the grasp on those key points of that there. Look, this is a lot more directed and it's a lot more straightforward and it's a lot more geared toward, rather than just giving you questions, but really making you pass your exam. So again, you can get that right now for $47. Like I said, the access, you're not going to be able to get into it to this afternoon because they're actually working on the last few technical things on this here. So it's going to be turned on this afternoon where you'll be able to go in there and start working on the questions. But if you sign up before that, again, it's only going to be $47 instead of the normal $69 price. It's going to be for the question simulator. If you guys have questions on any of this stuff here, there's actually going to be a demo up soon on the website for you to actually demo this before you buy it. But look, once that demo is up, that's where the pricing is going to be at the full $69 price. If you're able to take our word for it and go in there without demoing it, and look, we still got a 30-day guarantee on this, so you go in there and you don't like it, you get that $47 refunded. But I guarantee you, you're going to enjoy and really love this new platform it is that we've got in there. It looks nice, it's easy to use, it's fast, it keeps great track of everything. One of the other things, there's just so many features. One of the things I forgot to mention here is you could actually print out PDF results pages after every single unit it is that you go through. And this PDF results will show you the question, whether you got it right or wrong. It's got the title of the chapter up at the top. So it's a really great system, and we're super proud of the way it turned out and how much better it is than our previous system. So again, if you want to switch over from our previous exam simulator into the new one, just give us a call. We'll be able to make that change happen for you and get you enrolled in our new question simulator here. And look, if you haven't done our question simulator yet, look, I highly recommend it. Even our old version was great. We've just really taken it to the next level and made it so much better for studying for your exam. So again, give us a call if you've got any questions on that pricing. It'll definitely be up for today, but I can't guarantee you how much longer it's going to still be up. So get enrolled in that question simulator. You're really going to love it. It's going to help you pass your exam. And look, you get instructor support from us as well. So if you're on a particular question, you don't quite understand it, look, that's our fault for not making that explanation in there. And that's one of the other things. Our explanations, we really turned up. There's, again, so many improvements with this. We really kind of made the explanations so much more comprehensive and really focusing on the key point rather than so much focusing on the question itself. So those explanations in there will probably do our job for us, but if it doesn't, if you still need further explanation as to why this question is what it is, you call us up and you let us know what issue you're having with this and what it is that you're still not comprehending, and we'll walk you through that, and we're going to use your information to make our question simulator even better as well. So you get full instructor support for as long as you have access to this question simulator. So check that out. Again, you can register right now at questionsimulator.com. That's set up live for you to register with a $47 special pricing. You'll be able to get in there and start working with this later this afternoon from your phone, from your tablet, from your computer. It all syncs up. So you work on your computer, then you pick it up later on your phone. It'll all sync up where you're in the same space and whatnot. Again, I'm super proud of the way this has turned out. So look, if you've got any questions on it whatsoever, give us a call. Again, that phone number is 813-333-2676. Look, that's all the time we've got for today. I hope this information, even if you don't end up taking the question simulator with us and getting enrolled in that, look, I hope this information has helped you understand better how to use questions when you're studying for your exams. Again, we've done the hard work for you of making sure the questions are up to date, that they're relevant, specifically relevant to the Florida real estate exam, that the explanations are really forefront and at right there in the moment, so you know right away, oh, this is why this is what it is. So it does that job of correcting you of what that concept is before you go take the exam. Look, if you've got any questions, again, give us a call, but that's all the time we've got for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. Look forward to seeing you on Friday. Hey, so if you're thinking about starting a real estate career, it could feel a little overwhelming sometimes. Look, that's completely understandable. That's why we're here to help. If you haven't already, check out our Success Center, tampaschool.com/success, or if you don't even know where to begin, give us a call. We'd love to help you out. We've got advisors standing by to answer any questions you have and assist you in any way it is that we can. Our phone number is 813-928-0106. Again, that's 813-928-0106. Give us a call. We're the Tampa School of Real Estate.
Do you want a career that allows you to be in control? With a career in real estate, you'll get to call the shots. Whether you're looking at starting part-time or want to become the next top agent, a career in real estate makes it possible. Find out what it takes at tampaschool.com. Do you want to incorporate studying for your real estate exams into your busy schedule? Now you can review the key topics you need to know to pass your class and state exams with our MP3 audio review. Simply pop in your headphones or connect to your car to reinforce crucial information while you exercise or drive. Listen to the first unit for free at mp3audioreview.com. That's mp3audioreview.com.
Are you thinking about a career in real estate? Hey, I'm John Chrisma with the Tampa School of Real Estate, and we've helped thousands of people just like you obtain their real estate license. If you're thinking about a career in real estate, give us a call. The phone number is 813-928-0106. Our advisors are standing by to answer any questions you have and assist you in any way they can. Hey, if you're enjoying the show today, which I'm sure you are, be sure to hit like, subscribe, post your comments, share with your friends and family. Thank you guys so much for watching.